Hello everyone, it is time to begin summer shredding. As of now, I just ended my bulk. Today is February 26th, looking at my wrist like it has a date on it. February 26th, 2019. I've been bulking for about 24 weeks now. So yeah, it's that time again. If you go back to the beginning of my YouTube channel, actually, that's when I first started my YouTube channel, Summer Shredding series. And it's been a whole year now. And it's time to get shredded. So a little background of my first shredding series or first cutting series. It started last spring break, which was I think about February 16, 17-ish. I cut for a 13-week period until June. Started off at 169 pounds, and I ended up cutting down to 151, 150-ish. So from about a 16, 17% body fat, maybe 15 to 17, I dropped down to a 10 to 11% body fat. I was very excited about that. My end results were very good. But looking back at it now after cutting, man, I look scrawny. So throughout the rest of summer, as I was lifeguarding, I kept a maintenance of 162, 163. Had to get used to it. It was weird because the first time cutting, I really had the mentality to stay lean, barely eat. You know, I was trapped into that very unhealthy mindset of what I could and couldn't eat. Acting kind of like putting myself under restriction of what I would have been if I was still cutting, but I wasn't. And so lifeguarding season came to an end, summer came to an end, and school started. When I came back to Houston, I realized I really do need to bulk up. And by this time I was about 168, 170-ish. And so I didn't really count my calories. I just ate intuitively for the bulk. And I didn't think it was really working by the time it was Christmas time, so about 8, 9, 10 weeks out from when school started. I had only gained about 5-6 pounds, and I didn't know if it was truly a bulk. So from 170-ish to about 175, that's where I ended up in the winter. Currently today, February 26th, I am 183, and that is the heaviest I've ever been in my whole life. And I say currently I'm at about a 18 to 19% body fat. Last time I got it checked up was in January with some kind of body scanner. It was about 18% body fat, weighing in at 175. So I may be at 20% body fat, but who knows. You may be asking, what are my plans going forward for this cut? Right now, 183-ish. I'm planning to cut down to about 165, 162-ish, maybe 160, depending on how I'm feeling and how I'm looking. I don't want to look like a skeleton, but I don't want to have a lot of body fat. So I'm guessing around a 9 to 11% body fat would be sustainable for me. Just because I put on body fat pretty quickly around the abdomen area, I want to just cut down a little bit lower so I have a little bit more flexibility in the summer to have a little fun with my eating. I'm going to be looking down my laptop to tell you what my numbers are for this upcoming cut. My plan is to cut for 12 weeks, a 1 to 2 pound cut per week. So in total, if I cut for about 12 weeks, it comes up to almost 20 to 25 pounds. Realistically, if I lost 25 pounds in 12 weeks, there'd be major strength loss. So that's why I'm edging towards 165-ish, but however lean I get is however lean I get this cut. So I'm gonna lay out 3 pictures, one at a time. It's gonna show my macros and how I divided it up. So first of all is when I start off in March. Well, tomorrow actually. I'm just starting a little bit early just because I'm tired of bulking. Eating 3,300 calories for the bulk is not easy. I don't know how people eat 4,000, 5,000 calories, but I give y'all props because it shows off. Y'all get really big. Currently, I'd say I've definitely put on size, and I'm happy to start cutting because I can't wait for all of it to just show. Let's start off with 180. I'm gonna guesstimate my starting cut weight will be 180 just because after the first 3 or 4 days of dieting, all that water weight will be gone. So I'll lose about 3-4 pounds quickly. I put my activity level at 15. My estimated body fat is 18% to 20-ish. That's 2,700 calories. So after that, I'm gonna start off with a 300 calorie cut, which brings it down to 2,400, which I thought was my maintenance, but I guess it's not. Put my protein multiplier on the lower side just because when you're cutting down from a higher weight with more body fat, it's okay to have a lower protein intake just because your fat's converting, the muscles aren't really losing its size just because you have a decent amount of fat. Once you start cutting down, I will lower or actually increase my protein intake, but I'll get into that in a little bit. My fat multiplier, I keep it in the middle. I don't really prefer carbs or prefer fats. I like them equally. My macros come out to 296 carbs, 63 fats, and 160 grams of protein. These are very sustainable numbers. I don't see anything wrong with it. I'll be happy to start cutting at 2,400 calories. I will be doing the same kind of workouts I'm doing right now. It's a power building structure. I am on the UH powerlifting team, and I'm also, I like bodybuilding too. So I'm just doing a combination. I do my compound movements and then I move into my auxiliary and hypertrophy movements. For cardio, I'm gonna start off with 2 cardio sessions per week in March with a low intense steady state. So like Stairmaster, treadmill, nothing too fast, but about 30 minutes of that twice a week. I might throw in 3 times a week if I'm feeling it, but who knows, I haven't done cardio in about 8 months. April, I will be estimated at about a 170 to 172 pound at 15 to 18% body fat, maybe even 14, depending on how my body reacts to the diet. This will be at a 2,050 calorie diet. My macros are 226 carbs, 60 fats, and 160 protein. Protein is still the same because we're not as lean as someone that needs to up their protein would be. Still at 15 to 18% body fat is completely fine to be drinking about or consuming about 1 gram per pound, maybe even less to 0.8 to 0.9. Starting in April, I will be doing 3 sessions of cardio per week, 2 lists, low intensity steady state, and then 1 HIIT, so 1 high intensity training. Typically my HIIT will consist of the curve machine, which is like a free belt sprint machine. You could walk on it, but I'm gonna just do sprinting on it for about 15 minutes, 30 seconds on sprint, 30 seconds walk, and do that for 15 minutes. Lastly, in May, this is when I'm gonna be at my leanest point, at a 10 to 13% body fat. I wanna get down to maybe a 9, we'll see. And this is when calories get really low, the mental fight really becomes at its peak. My macros are at 180 carbs, 50 fats, and 180 protein. So protein has been up to about 1.1 times body weight. I say this is very good because you will be at your leanest, your muscles will need more nutrients, and protein is what it really takes in. So, especially lacking in carbs, the protein is definitely needed. This will be when I do a cardio session per workout. So I'm thinking 3-4 lists and 2-3 HIIT. It's going to be very, very intense, but it becomes natural after about a week or 2 of doing that weekly routine. And throughout all of these months of dieting, throughout the whole thing, I'm going to be doing intermittent fasting. This is perfect for me because as I throw in these cardio sessions and they take up more time of my day, I am a college student, so I have classes around mid-morning to mid-afternoon. And so by doing cardio, it adds about 20-30 minutes of my morning sessions, and then so I can either skip out or make a small breakfast that doesn't take me about 10 minutes to make. Typically, I'm eating about 800 calories right now for breakfast as I'm bulking, and it does take time to make and it takes time to eat. Same as my lunch and dinners, they take me about 15 to 20 minutes to consume just because it's a lot of protein and carbs to consume. That's really my plan for this cutting season. One of my main reasons to cut is I have the lifeguarding season coming up, so gotta look right for that. And just to go hang out with friends and be on a lake or something, it's good to be lean, just, you know, to flex on a gram or something like that. And it's definitely a humbling journey, I gotta say. Last year I loved it, especially towards the end when I started getting really lean. But the only precaution I would say is don't get caught up with the scale. The scale is a good guide, but don't let it be your end all be all of your mindset of cutting. Or sometimes I would weigh in at 159 and then I would eat some food, drink water, wake up the next morning, and it's like maybe half a pound or a pound heavier, and then the next week it's like a pound lighter. There are a bunch of variables that play a factor in how much you weigh that day or that week. Definitely look in the mirror every day. Take pictures like as soon as you can, because you're always growing and changing. Don't ever think it's too late. I thought I was, and then look at me now versus look at me when I first took my picture of when I thought I was. Actually, when I first started working out, I didn't think I was full. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Subscribe for sure, because I will be posting more consistently throughout this cutting season. It's gonna be an awesome time. And if you have any suggestions for this series, comment it down below and share this video. Let your other friends hop on this journey with me. With all that being said, see you guys later and forever be better.